it can drive you freaking crazy. But just
beats kicking, bouncing with it, me and my guys chilling.
Alright, you guys, so it's been 2 months since my last video, and if you haven't seen that video, you should definitely check it out because it goes into details. It tells you an introduction to parosmia and just really educates you if you're not aware or you're someone who thinks that you might be going through what I'm going through. But I just want to update you guys on me. So basically, 2 weeks after that video, I think that I started experiencing like a flat line where things were kind of sort of going back to normal, but not all the way, to a point where the nose plugs that I was wearing, I no longer needed those. Like, it was like the strong stinky smell was not all over the place like it was before. You know, I didn't wake up smelling that smell and feel like I wanted to vomit and stuff like that. I was actually feeling pretty fine. I'm like, wow, I think it's starting to go away. So I was getting really excited. But I will say, when I was tasting certain things, you know, certain things still didn't taste how they normally taste. And sadly enough, I feel like I'm forgetting how things are supposed to taste, you know. But nonetheless, things were not tasting how they normally taste, and I still have to smell things, you know, before I eat them. And I'm going to show you guys a clip of it, what I actually do on a, you know, kind of like a regular basis because of this condition and, you know, what I've been going through. So basically, when I open up my refrigerator and I reach for something, I go ahead and smell it. And of course, well, not of course, but most of the time I'm blown away by the smell, because usually it does smell pretty funky, but I'm not surprised by the smell because I'm becoming very used to it. So I go ahead and look at the date because, you know, things are questionable, and unfortunately it is still a hit or miss with certain things because the date might say that it hasn't expired, but if I share it with, you know, if I ask my spouse or ask someone else whether or not it smells bad, or if I'm just really sure in my gut it's just bad, I'll just throw it away, even if it might not even be bad. But yeah, nonetheless, I do smell things a lot, and I like to be safe than sorry. When it comes to my food, not everything is like that, though. There are certain things where I don't necessarily need to smell it, or I don't get a stinky smell to them, so it's good, it's a go. I can eat them, and that's typically fruits and vegetables, which I mentioned in my last video are things that I find myself gravitating towards because they are normal. They're in the normal category. Things like bread and peanut butter, things like, what else, milk, certain things like that, you know, dairy, eggs, they all taste pretty weird to me, and I do still indulge in them here and there. I think that but little more than before. And for me, I'm just trying to be positive about everything. I mentioned this in my first video as well. I am the type of person where I just try to be grateful for, you know, just for life. And I always say it could be worse, but it is what it is. Okay, really quick, I want to go into another thing that I've been experiencing that wasn't there before. So 2 months ago, I was not experiencing really strong body odor, but now I am. So it's really difficult because no one else can really smell my body odor. You know, my husband's like, you smell fine, you know. Maybe even after I work out, he's like, it smells like sweat. But to me, it smells like onion, and like, it just, you know, things just don't smell good. So I had to switch out my body wash, and now I really like to use the bronzers, although you definitely want to dilute it with some water because things can get a little spicy in the shower, if you know what I mean. But and then I like to go in with like a floral scent, and then maybe like a Dove or another kind of body wash to just like, it's like I have to pack on layer the scents, and that doesn't last very long. I feel like even when after I get out the shower, I'm walking around for a little while in my house, maybe after about 3 hours, I'll take a sniff of myself and notice that I have like a little bit of a smell. But again, it's like within me because everyone else seems to you know, they're like, you smell fine, girl, you're tripping. So that's a challenge within itself, but you know, I just take it day by day. And I don't have to wear the nose plugs anymore. As I mentioned, I do still keep them because, you know, I never know, you know, when I might need them or when I might want to wear them. But that's been good. I don't need them anymore. And I will say, ultimately, the positive in all of this is that I have been eating a lot healthier. And at one point I was losing a lot of weight, and I'm already a skinny chick. Like, I am really skinny, you know what I'm saying? And but yeah, I was really kind of like struggling because it was like COVID-19, quarantine, we're in the house, we're constantly eating, the refrigerator's there. But because of this condition, I was finding myself like, I don't want to go in that refrigerator, I don't want to smell that funk, you know. So I was losing weight. It was quite stressful, but if I flipped it around and I thought about the positive, I was eating more vegetables and fruits because they taste and smelled normal. And I upped my water intake. I normally don't drink like beverages like that besides water, but I feel like water normally tastes the most normal, like water. So yeah, that is my short update. I hope that wasn't too long, and I tried to include a few visuals for you guys just to, you know, make this video a little more interesting. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I really missed as far as this condition. I think that's pretty much everything. I do not know exactly how long it will last, and that does saddens me a little bit, but hey, what can you do? I'm just happy that I'm alive, and I survived COVID, and I will survive this condition as well. You know, for me, I did not necessarily have a support person, you know what I'm saying, that could understand what I was saying and, you know, get me, but I was my own support person. I did my own research. I would go, there are many people on TikTok that are starting to open up about this condition. So if you just type in Parosmia on TikTok or Google, you'll definitely find something or someone who can give you some tips as well as me. And just know that you're not alone if you are experiencing this condition, and we will get through this one day at a time. Keep pushing. Do not give up. You're not crazy. You're not crazy, by the way. I don't know why people tried to make me feel like I was crazy, or even myself. I'm like, oh my God, nobody knows what I'm talking about. I constantly still, do I stink? Like, oh my gosh, it can drive you freaking crazy. But just cry about it if you have to, be angry if you have to. Know that things do not last forever. And definitely check out my first video if you haven't, just for some really good tips on managing or dealing with parosmia. Parosmia. Probably still saying it wrong. Alright, but I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you guys for watching, and if you guys want me to do a part 3, I'll update you guys again in the next couple of months, or I can like specifically, you know, stick with certain topics. If you want to know like things that I've been eating or things that I've been incorporating into my diet or body washes or whatever, I'll definitely make a video if you guys are interested. All right, I'll let you guys go. Bye, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.